Sir Ken Dodd died just over a week after being discharged from hospital following a 6-week stay for a chest infection. His publicist Robert Holmes called him one of the last music hall greats, paying tribute to the late star, who passed away at home in Nottingham, Liverpool. He said, "With Ken gone, the lights have been turned out in the world of variety." Comic Gary Delaney called him one of the all-time greats as he led social media tributes. In reference to the fact Sir Ken's shows could often last for hours, he tweeted, "The funeral will be held on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and most of Saturday." Piers Morgan also praised the comedian for causing offense with his famous one-liners. Reading out some Sir Ken jokes on Good Morning Britain this morning, he said he was one of the greatest gag merchants, adding that the ITV show would remember Ken Dodd in the way he would have liked, by causing offense with inappropriate jokes. Comics Brian Conley and Don French also joined the tributes to Sir Ken. The former Royal Variety host remembered introducing the late comedian, tweeting, "My intro to Ken 1999 Royal, I'm now going to say 2 words that will make you laugh, Ken Dodd." And he did. He always did. "Thanks for all the chats and guidance. You always had time for everyone. Dear Dotty Tatty Bye." Sick. Twitter Ant and Deck. Sir Ken Dodd dead. Ant and Deck paid tribute at Twitter. Dara O'Brien. Sir Ken Dodd dead. Dara O'Brien paid tribute to the late comic Monday, March 12, 2018. French fashion designer Hubert de Givenchy died at 91 on the 12th of March. Ant and Deck, both 42, said on Twitter, "So sad to hear of the passing of Ken Dodd. Comedy legend. RIP." The Beatles' Sir Paul McCartney also spoke out on Instagram, saying, "Farewell to my fellow Liverpudlian, the tatty-hilarious Ken Dodd, beloved by many people in Britain and a great champion of his home city in comedy. We met him on a few occasions as the Beatles and always ended up in tears of laughter." He added, "Today it's tears of sadness as well. See you Dotty." Twitter Don Finch. Sir Ken Dodd dead. Don French led stars paying tribute at Jitty. Sir Ken Dodd dead. The comedian has died at the age of 90. Meanwhile, the Vicar of Dibley actress said, "What a wonderful day for sticking a cucumber through your neighbor's letterbox and shouting, 'The aliens have landed, Tatty Bye Dotty.' Don't think I said a word, just laughed and left. And tried not to drown in my soup. Thank you for the genius." Liverpudlian TV personality Claire Sweeney shared photos of Sir Ken on Twitter and alongside them wrote, "Rip Sir Ken Dodd. A legend and an inspiration. I have a lot to thank you for." Twitter Sandy Tokesvig. Sir Ken Dodd dead. Sandy Tokesvig also took to Twitter to pay tribute. "I was thrilled you had the best birthday party in Liverpool before you left us. Your city, friends, family and show business will miss you terribly." Liverpool Council also tweeted their condolences, saying, "Rip Sir Ken Dodd, Freeman of Liverpool and comedy genius. Our thoughts and prayers are with his wife Anne and their friends and family at this very sad time." Irish comedian and Mock the Week host Dara O'Brien recalled watching Sir Ken perform at one of his incredible 5-hour shows. Getty. Sir Ken Dodd dead. Tributes to the star have flooded into Twitter. Liverpool comedian Les Dennis wrote, "Losing Ken means losing the last music hall great. He was a true star who lit up a theater." Thoughts with his wife, Anne. Tatty Bye Dotty. Fellow Scouser John Bishop also paid tribute, while Paul Chuckle, of the Chuck Brothers fame, said, "Ken Dodd's such a lovely guy. Rip my friend, you were one of a kind." The Bishop of Liverpool Paul Bays said that he was deeply saddened by the loss, adding, "His gentleness and his sustained commitment to the joy and delight of others will even outlive his jokes. His dedication to our city and in particular to the Nottingham community was never diluted by his enormous success." Twitter Gary Delaney. Sir Ken Dodd dead. Gary Delaney praised the funny man on Twitter. He added, "He was an education to watch and, afterwards, at 1:30 a.m., he had beers with me in the dressing room and talked showbiz. A privilege, and a loss." Rip Paul Chan, who played Mr. Wu in the comedy series Benidorm, also reminisced about a chance encounter his mother had with Sir Ken decades ago. He said, "In the late 70s he came to my mum's chippy and ordered fish and chips. He left and sat in his Rolls Royce, parked outside, eating them, then he came back in to ask for the bin and drove off. My mum didn't know who he was. That's my Ken Dodd story." Other tributes came from actor John Shalley, who played Boycie in Only Fools and Horses, and Hollyoaks actor Annie Wallace, who described him as a true son of beautiful Liverpool. Getty. Sir Ken Dodd dead. The comedy legend was famous for his tickle stick and ditty men. Julian Richings, who has appeared in films such as X-Men, The Last Stand, described him as a music hall great, entertainment legend, Liverpool pride, adding, "The lights are out in Nottingham." Tributes including flowers and tickling sticks have been laid outside Sir Ken's home in Nottingham. Sir Ken died at the same property where he was born in the Liverpool suburb in 1927. He was most famous for his long stand-up shows, as well as his ditty men and tickling stick. The late comic was knighted in the 2017 New Year honors for his services to entertainment and charity. Getty Sir Ken Dodd dead. The funny man was released from hospital a little over a week ago. His death has come after he was discharged from the Liverpool Heart and Chest Hospital just under a fortnight ago. Speaking after having left the hospital, he said, "I have been so very, very well treated. I can't praise the staff here too highly. They have been absolutely wonderful. And the kindness and, dare I say it, affection I have been shown has been absolutely amazing." The late comedian married his girlfriend of 40 years Ann Jones on Friday at their home where he was born. In 1927, Getty Sir Ken Dodd dead. He married Ann Jones 2 days before his death. His publicist Robert Holmes said, "They got the registrar and were married in the house." He died 2 days later on Mother's Day. Ann is obviously very upset. "To my mind, he was one of the last music hall greats." Liverpool Council paid tribute to Sir Ken, a freeman of the city, on its Twitter page. The post read, "Rip Sir Ken Dodd, freeman of Liverpool and comedy genius. Our thoughts and prayers are with his wife Anne and their friends and family at this very sad time."